And we have now on the line Department of National Defense spokesman Dr. Peter Paul Galvez to give us a better understanding on the AFP Modernization Act. Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening, and good evening to all your...
Sir, how is the revised modernization law to the overall, to the armed forces of the Philippines, and is the 75 billion pesos allocated by Congress for the first 5 years of the modernization sufficient enough to boost its capability upgrade?
Okay, the first question, no? How important is this to our armed forces? Definitely, this will give it a boost in the capabilities that it needs. Definitely for the recent typhoon, we can better, address yung humanitarian assistance natin when rescue to render relief services, dala ng mga goods, lalo na dun sa mga areas na it's hard to reach. That's why we really need all these capabilities. At the same time, yung ating maritime security. At the same time, all these things would redound to our soldiers being able to being equipped and being able to do their mandated tasks better, and at the same time they are also protected kasi kasama rin dito yung mga, for example, armor, better gear, they can be better informed of the environment. So una, no? Second question, you said, I believe it's the is this enough?
Yes.
Tama ba?
Yes,
is this enough?
sufficient.
Actually, kasi the capabilities can really go on and on. So what is really needed also is, syempre we wish to always give the best to our soldiers, and syempre so that they can really give the best to our people. At the same time, this will also render our people both in and out of the country, to also be more, investments comes in when they know that they can secure their investments here. So in the end, this is actually an investment for the country that will redound or help in the development of our country.
Sir, can you explain the defense system of management? Is this a process that determines how procurement may be done by the commands of the Air Force, the Navy, and the Army?
Yes, actually, this defense system of management is composed. First and foremost, it's a strategy-driven, capability-based, multi-year planning. So let's himay-himay lang natin konti. Strategy-driven means talk together, all the people in the armed forces. We look into the environment, security environment that we have, and also project it to the future. So there's like 6 years from now, 12 years from now, 18 years from now. So they have a short-term, medium-term, long-term. So we look into the possible scenarios that may happen, and then we see our role into that environment, how we can probably influence it, shape it, and prepare for it. So, for example, for disasters, yes.
Yes. So does this system determine what each command submits as a shopping list?
Oh yeah, I'll go to that. Medyo mahaba kasi actually the process. So when you have a strategy now, and you have determined that, you now determine your capabilities to address that particular strategy. And then that particular capability now is translated further to particular platforms or equipment that can deliver that particular capability. Okay, so yeah, basically, so now the process of identifying the equipment or the item that we will buy is based on the capability that it will deliver for our people when we employ it. So hindi siya basta arbitrary na sinabi nila na, for example, before kasi there were instances with, maganda yan, tangking yan, bilhin natin yan. But what's the basis, diba?
Yes.
So now we have a particular reason why we are buying that, and ano yung life cycle cost nito, tinitignan din yun. Also, is it a building block towards what we are trying to aim for in terms of capability? Kasi alam mo yun building block yung approach niyan Hindi lang basta bibili ka nito and then later on pala, hindi pala natin yan kailangan. So we really have to be very meticulous. Yes.
So with that strategy in place, now what is the formula now for determining who is given top priority in the acquisition of weapon systems and other equipments needed by each service of the AFP?
Ganito yan. The services now are now in a joint position. So they will now have to interrelate with each other. It's not who will get prioritized. Everyone is a priority. Everyone has a role in a prioritization. That's why we are looking at the strategy and then translating it to capability, and then everyone puts in their own some skill into that particular capability or mission that they will have to do to achieve that strategy.
So basically, it's going to be based on that strategy. It's not like, let's say, it's a 75 billion budget. It's not divided into three for the Navy, the Army, and the Air Force.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Yes, it will really depend on the aspect of what the intended capability would be. For example, because definitely jets and ships would really be more expensive than tanks, no? So sometimes. But however, we have more soldiers, foot soldiers, for example, our Army, than the Air Force and the Navy. So, so sometimes, minsan nagiging equal din sila. But then, if you look into per piece item, minsan mahal talaga kasi yung ships and aircraft.
So have the different branches already provided you with a shopping list on what they need, capability?
Yes, basically, there's a senior leaders, that involves the senior leaders of the defense and also the armed forces. They've already been meeting several times for the past year, as we have determined, there's a strategy, the capability, and the equipment or platform that we need. So all those have already been met, and they have already agreed on those identified equipment.
So, in a final word from you, sir, the President is fully committed to the AFP's modernization program. How should we value this commitment of the President and the dedication of our armed forces in securing our security?
Definitely, we view this as, among others, we view this as an investment for the country so that we can push forward also and contribute to the development of our country and progress. We have been increasing, the news in terms of economy, moving forward. We believe that this could really secure investors in the country at the same time, increase confidence of our people in terms of securing them and maintaining peace and stability, of course, not only the country but in the region. This is the last point. Of course, the department would like to thank all, especially the President and the congressmen and all the senators who supported this bill, and on the part of the Department of National Defense, we'll be doing our own diligent effort to really carry this along, our mandate, especially in achieving all these purposes.
Okay, on that note, thank you very much for joining us tonight. That was Department of National Defense spokesperson, Dr. Peter Paul Galvez. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.